Well, hello everybody. It's been a while since I've been on. Wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on in the Terry household and with extreme breakthrough everywhere. So I'm going to wait a few moments to give some people time to get on and we'll go from there. It's good to be on. It's good to be able to talk and be seen. And we'll get started in just a few moments with the update. So I know you're excited and waiting to see what it is that Apostle D has to say. And I have a few things to share, so bear with me as I get set up for today. So I don't know if you can hear me very well. I have lost my voice a little bit. It's not as strong as it could be, but it is um, there. And so I wanted to come on, first of all, to say thank you for all of our prayer partners everywhere and Extreme Breakthrough, personal intercessors, the IBM family with Apostle Barbara Wintroble, and many others that have been praying for both Apostle Terry and I. I want to let you know that he is still in the hospital currently at this time. And you have prayed us through a lot, but we still have more prayer points that need to be hit and hit very hard in regards to Apostle Terry being in the hospital. He still is not at full capacity, breathing oxygen levels on his own. They're still giving him several liters of oxygen a day. So you need to pray in regards to that. And because he is not at full capacity, it is affecting his speech and affecting his cognitive level. I'll say it that way. So when the doctors or the nurses try to communicate with him, he is not communicating verbally with regular tones. He might give a 1 or 2 word answer, and that'll be it. And sometimes later, he may be in a full conversation, but it is sporadic. And so the oxygen getting to his brain in that frontal lobe area where the cognitive function is housed is not working at full capacity. So that needs to be a prayer point that you have, that you can pray for him. Also, he is not moving as he needs to move, and they haven't started physical therapy with him in the hospital. He got up yesterday. They got him up, and he didn't move very well, but they were able to take him outside, they said, and sat him in a chair for a little bit. And because of those two issues, the oxygen level and limitation of mobility. They're going to soon move him to a rehab location in McKinney, and there he will get more care in regards to his oxygen to try to lower that to where he's just breathing normally on his own, and also to work on his physical mobility to where he is walking better, and maybe without assistance with a walker or a cane. So those are the prayer points right now for Apostle Terry, and to continue to pray for me also. I am able to sit up all day and move around my house, and actually go on the backyard patio and sit and drink in some vitamin D sun on my body. It's been a long journey. It's been 3 weeks, but it's felt like a couple of months because this illness takes a toll on people in different varying ways. It depends on your level of health that you start with when you contract COVID-19. The younger you are, the easier it is for you to bounce back. But if you have any issues of any kind, it will work against you. I'm going to read the definition of COVID-19 virus. It says it's caused by a coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2. And older adults and people who have severe underlying medical conditions, such as heart and lung disease or diabetes, tend to be at a higher risk for developing more serious, comprehensive COVID-19 illnesses. And so this is something that affects your oxygen level. And when the oxygen level is not there, depending on the health issues that you have, it will attack in those areas, in those regions. So if you're still on the fence whether or not this thing is real, I am a living testimony to let you know that it is real. I have gone through it myself and am still experiencing some side effects currently now, but I'm much better along than I was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I had flu-like symptoms. I had headache. I was dizzy all the time. Sometimes I couldn't take my head up off of the pillow because of the dizziness. I was vomiting. I had diarrhea. I was coughing all the time. And I started just with a mild cough, but then I started coughing up phlegm. And it was so thick. I've never seen any phlegm that looked like this before. Normally mucus is a yellowish in color, but this was gray and it was thick, very, very thick. And I would cough up tons of it. I did not have an appetite to eat. So I was mostly drinking lots of fluids to try to keep me from being dehydrated. And I would find myself sometimes trying to sip on something warm or sip on some broth or some liquid soup to try to give me some type of sustenance. But The second week, I started eating a little bit of food. I didn't really have an appetite, but I knew I needed to eat something. And sometimes I would find myself coughing up, not phlegm, but I would be coughing up things that got in my airway that would be particles of food that I had eaten an hour or two ago. And that was kind of scary to know that that was going down in my airway. And I would cough up something that I was eating. And so those are some of the things that I was experiencing as well, because my oxygen level was not at full capacity. It was also affecting my mental capacity. I could not remember certain things. I could not think long enough to even remember a scripture to hold on to for the day. I didn't have the wherewithal to even pray for myself. That's why I'm so thankful for all of the prayer partners that we have that are still yet praying for us now. And I know now, I can think of Isaiah 53, by his stripes I was healed. Isaiah 54:17, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me I shall condemn, because that's my inheritance as a servant of the Lord. I know those scriptures now, but they would not pull up while I was in this state, because it was affecting my brain, because I didn't have the oxygen being pushed up into that area where I could remember and I could think. I didn't even have enough strength in my body to pray against anything. I had to rely on the intercessors to do that. And I kept saying to myself in my head, I couldn't say it out loud, but I was thinking it. God, why have I contracted this illness, this disease? And it dawned on me like a day or two ago that this disease causes people to die. And it dawned on me that the enemy was trying to take my life, trying to take me out. So that means I had an aha moment that I am a real threat to the enemy, that he was trying to take my life, that me, as an apostle of Jesus Christ, have something to do in this earth that is a threat to him, that he does not want me to fulfill. I had a second epiphany that this is also an attack against God and his name, that name being Yahweh. When we say the name Yahweh, we are breathing Yahweh. And I thought of Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. It says, "And the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living being." So we are made in the image of God. We have the breath of God in our nostrils. And the enemy, through this COVID-19 illness, comes against us through our breathing, because it cuts the oxygen. It comes against our lungs, our breathing capacity. And if we cannot breathe, we cannot live. And so those were some of the things that I got while in the state that I could not do anything but be still. I also had to learn how to delegate some things to other people to do, and to know that me delegating it would get taken care of just the way that I wanted it to, and that I did not have to be in the center of everything in order for things to keep moving. I had to learn also humility during this time. I thank God for my children, for being able to help me during this time. You don't know what it's like if you've not been down where you cannot help yourself. They had to bring me food. They had to bring me things to drink to keep me moving. They had to bring me pills to try to give me supplements, ox, zinc, and vitamin C to try to help me keep going. I thank God for Jade for helping me to just take a shower. You don't know what it's like to not have enough energy to stand by yourself, to stand alone, to get in the shower, to bathe yourself, and having to rely on someone else. Now I know what my mother felt like when I was taking care of her and she could not help herself. So I've had to learn some things while I've been down. But now that I'm getting strength again, I'm able to think again. I've got my fight back. I sound like this because the cough has rattled, taken away my voice, I guess, from my rattling of the chest of coughing. But it has not stopped me. Today I was able to pray on my own in full measure, out loud, with this voice of almost a whisper. I could put my armor on and I could pray against the enemy's darts trying to come toward me. I want you to continue to pray for the Terry household and extreme breakthrough everywhere. Indeed, I am a living testimony right now, but I'm not where I need to be. So do not stop now. Continue to partner with us in this fight. I wanted to give you this update, and I thank you for listening to what I had to say, and those that will watch the rebroadcast later. I ask you today to sow a seed into our lives today. Sow a seed for our complete and total healing and restoration. I ask for you to sow a large seed today on behalf of partnering with Apostle Terry and I. The ways to give are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. And I pray that those that are sowing into us will receive a 100-fold return. Earlier, I saw Connie Strickland on Connie I want to say that I did receive your book. I am just now getting on my feet to where I can do anything. I will begin this week to read the book that you sent me. And for those of you that are wondering what is in store for us, I got my fight back. So I will be going live more as the coming days go on. I have to, because my name, Deesha, means to say, to speak, to tell truth. And that is what I am going to do, to be about my Father's business. God bless all of you. I pray that this has blessed you to be able to see me and to know that we are getting stronger every day and that we're moving on to God's will and His way. Thank you for being with me, and I will see you soon. Blessings. I love you guys.